Grain and livestock markets ending mixed to higher Friday. This is the American Ag Network. I'm Corryn LaRue with this closing market wrap-up. The grain and oilseed complex finished mostly higher, supported by solid end-user buying following this week's price break. The broader macro backdrop remains complicated as the ongoing game of three-dimensional chess between China and the United States continues to spill over into agricultural trade. Tensions escalated after the U.S. finalized a trade agreement with Taiwan, a move that carries economic implications but also political weight as Beijing strongly opposes any recognition of Taiwan as a sovereign trade partner. On the same day, China signaled a trade deal with China. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney made the first visit to China by a Canadian leader in roughly a decade. Under the agreement, China offered to reopen its markets to Canadian canola in exchange for Canada, allowing greater access for Chinese electric vehicles. Livestock markets were also influenced by headlines today as the new World Screwworm returns to focus. The Texas Agriculture Commissioner appeared on national television warning that outbreaks in Mexico are being driven by indigenous screwworm flies and cautioned U.S. beef producers and pet owners that its arrival north of the border is quote-unquote inevitable. That language rattled funds holding large long positions in cattle futures ahead of a three-day weekend, triggering a sharp sell-off. Prices recovered a significant portion of those losses early today before turning weaker again as the session moved toward midday. Let's take a look at closing numbers. March corn up 4.5 at $4.24 3/4. March soybeans up 4 3/4 at $10.57 3/4. March wheat up 7.5 at $5.18. March Kansas City wheat up 10 at $5.27 1/4. March Minneapolis wheat up 2.5 cents at $5.65. Moving over to the livestock complex, we've got February live cattle down $3.90 at $232.15. January feeder cattle down $6.50 at $361.92. February hogs up 47 at $88.27. Thanks for joining me for this closing market wrap-up. I'm Corryn LaRue with the American Ag Network.